So it's been 28 days since I last sat in front of a camera, my phone camera. And it feels like such a long time ago because so much has happened within that time frame. One of the things that has happened in the last 28 days is that I happened to stumble across a poem, or rather a speech, but there's a part of the speech that has been turned into a poem, and that is the part that really spoke to me. I came across the part of the speech on there's an account on Instagram that I follow, and the account posted that part of the speech. It's a speech by the 26th president of the United States of America, Theodore Roosevelt, and it's a very, very powerful speech. That part of the speech that has been coined out, it's a very powerful, and it spoke to me in so many ways, in so many dimensions. And I think it's important that I share, because there might be just one person who needed to see this, one person. The same way someone else posted the poem and I came across it and it spoke to me in a powerful way, is the same way I get the feeling that if I put out this video about the poem, it's going to reach across to someone who really needs to see it in this season of their life. The title of the poem is The Man in the Arena. Now, before I begin, it's so important for all of us in life to be the man in the arena. Rather than sitting on the sidewalk, rather than being in the audience, we are all the main characters in our own lives, in our own stories. And it's so important that we step into that role of being the main character. Some of us are sitting on the side, some of us are trying to be supporting characters in our own lives, and that's wrong. The speech was given in 1910, which is over 100 years ago, but it's still so powerful, still so relevant today. So you can even imagine how relatable the speech must be. So let's get into it. The Man in the Arena, the speech, and I quote, "It is not the critic who counts, or the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or how the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievements, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring, so that his place will not be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." End of quote. Powerful speech. Powerful speech. Now, this video, I'm going to be explaining further what this poem means to me, because sometimes poems are given in figurative terms or coded terms that may not be easily understandable. So I'm going to break down this poem further in a way that we can all understand it, because it's so important to all of us. So who is a critic? A critic is someone who judges something, who judges another person, who judges a place or an event. A critic is someone who gives a negative opinion, a negative review about a person, a thing, a place, or an event. So you can say from the definition that a critic is not a participant. A critic is just someone who gives his opinion. A critic is someone who judges. Now, if you are actively participating, you would not even have the time to be judging. You can only be judging if you are not participating, right? For example, in a tournament, let's say in a football competition, the people who are critiquing, people who are the critics, the people who are commentating, the people who are watching, they are not the athletes, they are not the footballers, they are not the participants. They are the people in the audience, they are the other people in the stadium, they are the other people who are watching, right? Those are the people who are going to have the opportunity to be the critics. But the people who are actively participating, the footballers, the athletes, the tennis players, and all of that, the sports players, they are the participants, so they are not the critics. So basically, you can either be a participant or you can be a critic. That's it. Participants rarely critics because they are too busy participating, right? Right? But critics have all the time in the world because you are not participating. So that's it. So Theodore Roosevelt begins the poem by saying, "It is not the critic who counts." The critic doesn't matter because in a competition, it is the participant who receives the award. It is the participant who receives the recognition, not the critic. Are we following? Are we understanding? Are we moving along together? It is not the critic that receives the award. It is not the critic that receives the recognition. It is the participants. So it is not the critic that counts. It is not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or how the doer of deeds could have done them better. That person doesn't count. The credit will always belong to the person who is actually in the arena. Now, what is an arena? An arena is basically a place where tournaments, competitions, activities take place. That is the arena. So you are either inside the arena or you are outside the arena. And to be a critic, you are definitely outside the arena. Okay, let's let's move along. Theodore Roosevelt continues the poem by saying, "The man in the arena comes short again and again because he understands that there is no effort without error and shortcoming." So there is no guarantee that the man in the arena is going to succeed on the first try. But he goes ahead and does that with sweat, blood, and dust on his face. He tries again and again because he knows that there will be errors, there will be shortcomings, there will be trials, there will be tribulations on your way to do something great, something worthwhile in life. But it is still better to be a participant. Even though it wouldn't be easy, even though it will be tough, it is better to be a participant. Let's move ahead. The poem continues by saying that in the end of it all, either he gains something extremely triumphant, either he comes out really well by having a high achievement at the best, or worst case scenario, he fails. But it is better for him to have tried and failed so that he will not be sitting with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. And listen, the honest truth is that there are some people in life that are never taking on any risk. They don't know what defeat is. They don't know what triumph is, because they have never done anything worthwhile, because they are too scared to do anything. But you who is the participant, you who is going out into life, you who is taking on risks, you who is taking on bigger tasks, you who is doing things, involving yourself in activities, events, going out of your comfort zone, traveling out of your safe space, indulging in things that you have never indulged in before, because you want to become something in life, because you want to achieve something, because you're working towards a goal. You who is actively participating, you are much better off, despite if you fail. If you fail, at least you fail while daring to be great. You fail while daring to do something worthwhile. It is better than just being on the sidewalk. It is better than just sitting by the side, doing nothing but pointing fingers at those who are actually doing something. So, the summary of this poem, Theodore Roosevelt is urging everybody to come out of their shell and take a bold step in life, to dare to be great, to just be somebody, to be somebody other than somebody that is not just sitting down, somebody that is not in the audience watching. You know, even applicable to our everyday life today, some of us are just sitting on our phone, scrolling aimlessly, watching people who are doing things. You are either the doer or the looker. And the sad truth is that many people are the lookers. They are just looking, watching. They are being entertained rather than being trying to even try. Let's even start from trying. Rather than trying to be the entertainer, they are very okay and comfortable in being entertained. That's not the best way to live. I understandable that everybody is in different seasons and phases of their lives, but it is so very important that you be a participant in life and not just someone in the audience. So many of us spend our time reading celebrity gossips and all of that without actually thinking of, okay, what can I do to add to the society to even become a celebrity? Even if you don't want fame, but it is better to even be the one that is being talked about than to be the one that is talking about other people. So Theodore Roosevelt is urging us to be somebody in life, be a participant, don't just be a critic. And one thing I've noticed about critics is that, especially with the rise of social media, right? Give me a minute. In continuation, I was saying that the thing about this present um, age that we are in is that with the rise of social media also came the rise of so many critics. And the peculiar thing about the people who are criticizing other people now is that many of them are not even knowledgeable in that field. Someone will say, okay, I'm a food critic, but you are not so knowledgeable about what it takes to even put out the food that you're criticizing. You're criticizing a restaurant owner, but you have no idea what it takes to run a restaurant. You are just hating from outside of the building. So many critics now with the rise of social media, and you go under people's famous popular people's comment section, and so many people have a lot to say about them. And the funny thing is that many of these people are not even doing anything worthwhile with their lives, just sitting down criticizing others. You are either a participant in life or you are a critic. And it's very sad that many people choose to be critics rather than try to be participants in life. Some people are not even the main character in their own lives. They make other people the main character in their own lives. They focus more of their time and their attention on other people. Sometimes people that they don't even know, people that they don't even know them. They focus more of their time talking about that person, doing findings about that person, rather than trying to improve their own lives. The man in the arena is the topic of today. Everyone, every person on earth is here to be the man in the arena and not to be the person sitting down in the audience, not to be the critic, not to be the looker, not to be the commentator, not to be the watcher, not to be the one that is sitting with their phone scrolling through hundreds of videos. When are you going to make your own video? When are you going to make your own publish your own article, write your own book? When are you going to start your own business? When are you going to do your own thing? When are you going to contribute to society rather than just sitting down there talking about others who are actually making an effort to do something? Not everyone who tries is going to succeed, but it is better to try and fail and know what it's like to be defeated and see where you made mistakes and how to correct your errors than for you never to have tried. Some people don't know what it's like to win. They also don't know what it's like to be defeated. And many of the time, you would be defeated first before you would taste defeat before you taste triumph. Many of the times, like triumph and defeat, they go hand in hand. Failure and success, they kind of go hand in hand, because you must have failed for you to even succeed. And even if you succeed today, there's no guarantee that you will still succeed tomorrow. But the major thing there is to keep trying, to keep improving yourself, to keep participating, to keep doing. We are all called to be doers. We are all here on earth to be doers, not lookers, not watchers, not commentators. It's okay to comment, but also make sure that you're doing something worthwhile. It is not the critic that who counts. Me personally, I don't even pay attention to people that are criticizing, because if you have so much time to criticize and talk about others, try to bring others, that it makes me wonder if you really have time to do something worthwhile with your own life. I'm too busy building myself, too busy working on myself, too busy trying new things, taking on new risks, to just sit down and be talking about what other people are doing, trying to criticize them, bring them down, trying to tear them apart piece by piece. Sadly enough, criticizing is a real job. There are people that are food critics, critics of this and critics of that. And there's so many things that you can try your hand at for the first time. Even if you're not a sports person, there are sports like badminton, tennis, volleyball that I don't see a lot of people doing. There are also other things like chess, Scrabble. You can try other things like public speaking. You can try your hand at hairdressing, clothes making, pottery, basket making. You can try your hand at becoming an MC, at becoming someone who hosts events. You can be a host, you can be a helper. There's so many things that you can try to do for the first time. It is not the critic who counts. At the end of the day, it is not the commentator that receives the award or the medal. It is the sportsman, it is the athlete, it is the person who participated that receives the award or the medal or the recognition. And the thing about participating is that when you participate, it elevates you in a way that you didn't know it could, or probably you were aware. But when you participate in something, it elevates you, it elevates your mindset. Now you know that, okay, yes, I can do this thing. If I tried the first time and I got to like 60%, I know that if I try again, I'll probably get to like 80%. It makes you feel worthy. It makes you see yourself in a higher way when you participate in things. You become more self-aware of your strengths and your weaknesses. But if you're just sitting down in the audience, never participating in anything, you will not even know your capabilities. Some people go through life never actively participating in anything. From when they're born to when they go to the grave, they never go outside of their comfort zone. They never receive any awards, they never receive any medals, they never receive any recognitions. They don't stamp their name in a footprint of life. They just come and go as if they were never here. This great man, this former president, is telling us that we are here to be so much more than that. So I hope that from today henceforth, for anyone who is watching, that you would do your best to actually be the man in the arena and not just a critic, not just someone on the sidewalk pointing fingers, tearing people down, giving negative opinions. It is so easy to sit and talk, but it is not easy to do, to be a doer. It's not easy. It takes a lot more courage, more strength, more will, more zeal, more self-belief to do. Easy to say, this food doesn't taste great, but it's not so easy to prepare a perfect meal. So kudos to everyone who is participating in life. Kudos to everyone who is doing something worthwhile, who has tasted defeat, who has tasted triumph, who has tasted success, and who has tasted failure. Kudos to you. And for everyone who is still finding courage within themselves to step out of their comfort zone and be something more than what they are now, I pray that you receive all the courage that you need. I pray you receive all the strength that you need. So if you found this video helpful, please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. I'll definitely answer. If you have any contributions or any part of the speech that you still need clarity on, or that you feel that I didn't expatiate or explain properly, or you have any comment to make about anything I said in this video or any contribution whatsoever, please leave it in the comment section. I'll definitely respond to as many comments as I see. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for watching to the end. If you've made it this far in the video, then wow, me and you are my besties now. So I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.